what is going on with the LinkedIn algorithm. When you go to LinkedIn, you possibly will have seen people posting to say the algorithm has changed. I'm not getting any visibility on my posts. Visibility has dropped, reach has dropped, impressions are down. I want to show you a different way to look at this and to approach LinkedIn. So there's definitely been changes on LinkedIn in recent months. LinkedIn themselves said that they had been trying to pull in posts that had been on the platform for a little while. So a lot of us are seeing posts that were 3 weeks old. And the reason being is they are not here today, gone tomorrow type of platform. LinkedIn is a business and career relationship building platform. So what do I mean by that? If you connect with people on LinkedIn, LinkedIn assumes it's because you want to build networking relationships with those people. So my favorite analogy on this is, let's pretend LinkedIn is like going to an industry conference. Ahead of that event, I am going to prep myself for going to the event. I'm going to find out who's speaking at the event. I'm going to see if any of my network are going to the event. I'm going to show up at the event as my professional self. Preferably, I'll be speaking at the event. And that's how you should be approaching LinkedIn. So go to LinkedIn, find people who are in your network and have conversations with them. That's commenting underneath their posts. Watch videos or read articles from people you're interested in. That's the equivalent of you going to the event and listening to somebody speak on stage. And out of that, you strengthen your relationships, you build your relationships, and you may get inquiries to work with you. Or what is more likely to happen, and this is my experience on LinkedIn, is you consistently show up. You turn up at the event, you turn up on LinkedIn, you share tips, advice, knowledge on what's going on in your industry, and people see you then as someone who has something to say, but also someone who is willing to share, and you become seen as an expert in your space. And when they need somebody who has the product or service that you sell, you become an obvious choice. You become very referable because that's what you show up and talk about. What has that got to do with the algorithm? If you're going to LinkedIn and you are posting sporadically, or you're posting continually on LinkedIn but about stuff that's not related to your business, then that is not going to help you to win. If you're on LinkedIn to build your business up, I suggest you talk about how to help other people with whatever it is that your business does. Number one, try and come at LinkedIn from being a person who helps other people. I can think of plenty of examples who I will show on screen now who do this, and those are the kind of people I want you to have a look at. These people and see what's the difference between them, other people in your network who don't seem to get a lot of engagement, or maybe they just spend time complaining about AI, about M dashes, all this stuff. So that's first thing. The second thing, and this is really important, and I do think LinkedIn have changed a little bit here, is they are prioritizing people who are engaging with others. So we're at the conference. Let's pretend, put your pretend hat back on. You're at the conference and you walk in the door and you meet people and you start having conversations. So you see posts on LinkedIn and you start commenting underneath them. You are rewarded for this by LinkedIn. So when you're writing your post, you're going to get your post more visibility if you're actively engaging on other people's content on LinkedIn. So it's the same idea. You go to an event and you spend time having conversations with people who are going to remember you. They're going to pay attention to you. And that is one way I think we can beat the algorithm changes that are happening on LinkedIn. The thing is, if you look at this, the way I like to look at this is be the algorithm. Tell LinkedIn what you want to see, what you're interested in by engaging on that content, on those posts. Show up consistently talking about the area that you work in so people know you. They start to build that know, like, and trust factor. They start to send people your way. It's ever increasing circles. Show up. If you can show up on video, even better, because people will connect with you much faster than they will through written text. So showing up, sharing value, But the other part of it, which is massively important, please don't neglect this part, is go and engage on other people's posts and people who are going to have networks that are interested in what you're doing. So not just random. So if you see someone spouting off complaining about something that's going on in society at the moment, and I don't mean that engaging on those posts, I mean find people who are going to be interested in your products and services or have people in their network who might be interested in what you're doing, and build your network up that way by engaging on posts, connecting with people, having conversations. And then when you put your content up on LinkedIn, which is relevant and interesting to people, you will get engagement on your content and your profile views will grow. And that is how you're going to beat the algorithm on LinkedIn. So let's look at LinkedIn itself and see what the algorithm is actually doing. If we go to my profile and we want to go to posts and activity, and I'm going to show you the analytics in my content. So this post has just gone out 1 hour ago and it's got 145 impressions. So we scroll down and we see here, so here's a post from yesterday. And it is about media recommendations for the summer, books and podcasts to listen to. It has only 556 impressions, even though it has 17 comments and 16 people have engaged with it. So that is a lot of engagement. Have a think to yourself. Are you after viral numbers, or are you after having conversations with the people that you want to have conversations with who are going to drive your business forward? There is a short video clip here and it has 345 impressions, 3 comments, and 11 people have engaged with it. Who are the 11 people? That's what I want to know. Are these people who are relevant to my industry? And some of these people, yes, I can see in there are at least 2 people who have had conversations with me about potentially working together. So that's great. Then previously we've got a photograph post here and it's got 671 impressions. And the purpose of this post was that I did a workshop with this engineering team in Belfast and I want other people to see that I deliver in-person workshops. So let's look at this. So we've got somebody at Invest NI. We have got, I can see at least 1 client in there, 2 clients in there. And I can see people who have also referred me business, people whose podcasts I have been on, and that is a good set of people to react with me on my profile. Now, this is the kind of content I'm talking about that is delivering service to my audience. That is a repost. I've reposted that for later on in the day. And the reason, let's just talk about that for a second. When you post something across time zones, so I will post in the morning in the UK, but a lot of my target audience who are my network in America are asleep. So I will repost that later on in the day when that audience wakes up. And we look at this one and it has got 1,000 impressions and 36 engagements, 7 comments. Okay, so 1,000 impressions, and this is for a piece of work talking about video, tips on video on LinkedIn. And that's really good for me. I like that visibility. This one is a walkthrough tutorial on how to add services to your company page. 1 comment, 946 impressions. So the impressions are absolutely down. There is no doubt about that. However, what is more important for me is, am I getting leads and sales through my activity on LinkedIn? And the answer is yes, I am. What do we want to look at next? We want to look at view profile because I want to see how many people are viewing my profile. So the post impressions are down, yes, but the profile views, 79% down previous week. That's because I've been on holidays. But when I look at who's looking at my profile, that is where I'm finding people who I'll reach out to, send private messages to, and start having sales conversations off the basis of the people who are looking at my profile based off of my activity. As I said, what we really want to do is we want to get visibility in front of our target audience so they reach out to have conversations with us about potentially working together. Someone said to me recently, should we have LinkedIn Premium? My stock answer was always, don't go for premium until you have got leads and sales coming in. But that advice has changed, because I think the premium is really making a difference in terms of having an extra link in here, over here on book an appointment. I think that's really important. The other thing that's really valuable with premium is viewing who has looked at your profile. Really important as well. But I think if we look at the posts, if we look at my posts, it says here, book an appointment, and I think that is really valuable addition through LinkedIn Premium. So LinkedIn are definitely changing their platform in terms of adding in more, moving a lot of things to behind a paywall. But in terms of the algorithm, if you are showing up consistently, sharing valuable information to your network, then you will have no problem getting engagement on your posts, as we've just seen.